I'm your host with the most, welcome to 23, joining me for BloodBound 3, Chapter 5, The First. In the dark lobby of Rain's HQ, you stare up at a beautiful, unfamiliar figure. Her hand dripping blood, Bishop crumples to ash beside her. You... Yes, I've returned, my darling. Rhea glances down at her hand, coated in the last of Bishop's ashes, and lets it flutter off into the air. Funny, isn't it? How even the largest of men can still be so small. Her voice is low and melodic, with a Greek accent. A shiver goes down through you at the sound of it. This is how... Rhea smiles fondly down at you, holding out her hand. All in due time, my darling. I'm gonna accept her hand. Swelling, you take her offering hand, and a jolt of energy rushes through you at the contact, like she's made of lightning. Ah! Pulls you up effortlessly. You can feel the easy strength in her, the warm call of her power. Thank you. Of course. Suddenly the elevator door opens with a ding, and the others pour out. Amy, are you alright? We heard a scream. Amelia's the first one to notice Rhea. She freezes in place, eyes widening. What? The others look just as confused, Jax and Lily shifting into fighting positions. Rhea turns to them, her smile broadening. The power emanating off of her is intense, filling the lobby with a sweet, seductive energy. I see that introductions are in order. It can't be. Mila walks forward and shies away. Adrian comes to stand beside her, brows lowered. Are you really her? Rhea inclines her head. Yes, my name is Rhea, and I am the first vampire. At long last, I have returned. The others continue to stare at her in shock. You gaze at Rhea, trying to absorb her words. Thank you for helping me. You gesture to the pile of ash that was Bishop. Of course, darling. The beast only got what he deserved. Oh, and that reminds me. She steps closer, pressing a hand to your chest. You can feel the scrapes and bruises Bishop left on your body heal, the pain easing away even faster than your normal vampire powers could heal them. Whoa. That's amazing. I've never seen powers like that before. I know vampires heal quickly, but healing others? Wow. Rhea laughs gently at your amazement. I'm glad it's to your liking. The others stare at your healed wounds and back to Rhea. Jax reluctantly lets go of his sword hilt. How is it possible? Democrat Gaius, they told us you were killed. She laces her fingers together, calm and composed. No, I was trapped, imprisoned. And now my bonds were broken. It seems but a fortnight ago, I woke up on a beach in the Greek Isles, with no idea where or when I was. I was born anew. When the Order's compound was destroyed, the tree must have been destroyed as well. It freed you. Perhaps, or perhaps... Well, never mind. So much time has passed since I walked the earth, at first I couldn't believe it. She looks up at you, tears in her eyes as she shakes her head. My poor children, left alone for so long, abandoned in this terrible, hateful world. But now... She steps forward, extending her arms out to you. Now I have returned. You'll never be alone again. Glance at the others. Camilla seems in shock, and Adrian frowns, while Jax and Lily exchange an uneasy look. Rhea, I want to believe you. I do, but how can we trust you? I don't blame you for being cautious, child, after everything that's happened. How could you not? Which is why I brought some friends with me. They can attest to my intentions. Ray turns, gesturing to two shadowy figures near the entrance. When they step into the moonlight, you gasp. Seraphine! Hello, all. I missed you tremendously. And standing beside her... What are you doing here? Oh, God, it's you. I'm the founder, leader of the Church of the First. It only makes sense that she would find me, my greatest and most loyal follower. I should greet Seraphim, cause Dracula. It's so good to see you again. You as well, Amy. Seraphim kisses you on both cheeks and then does the same to the others. How are the Paris vampires doing? They could be better. That odor raid really shook us up. But thanks to Rhea, we don't have to worry about them anymore. Can we talk about why he's here? Oh, while so many forgot Rhea, and I alone carried a torch and kept a myth alive. Dracula dramatically bites his knuckle. I never let the dream die. Last we checked, you were working with the Order, asshole. You were planning to trap us in the badass castle and hand us over. You sold out your own kind. Not by choice. They were extorting me. They would have killed me if I hadn't. I'm gonna kill you now. Dracula scurries back, hiding behind Rhea. I was always planning to sell out the Order, it's true. Even after their headquarters was destroyed, their remaining sales continued to attack. That is until Rhea defeated them all. All on her own! You should have seen it, truly a thing of beauty. She wiped out the leadership, ended the Order once and for all. In like 10 days? She's that amazing. Seraphim smiles at Rhea with the same devotion on Dracula's face. So blind devotion, basically. That means she's a real deal, Amy. Rhea is the first vampire. He turns to the others, hands clasping before her. She is, I got this. Adrian and Camilla share a long look you can't interpret. Then Camilla takes a step forward and bows. Welcome back, my goddess. Thank you, my darling. Adrian takes a deep breath and bows beside Camilla. Lily fumbles to copy them, Jax joining after a second's hesitation. Ray glances at you expectingly. I kneel before no man or woman. You resist the urge to bow. She smiles at you. I don't expect subservience, Amy, but I hope I can one day win your respect. Once everyone straightens from their bow, Rhea glances out the window at the lightning sky. You're aware of our situation. I'm aware of the damage that Gaius, my sweet, misguided Gaius, has done to the city. Then you know that he is gone. Amy staked his ass. Rhea's eyes flit to yours, and for a moment you worry they seem angry, but she just shakes her head sadly. Gaius lost his way. He became everything he detested. He became a monster. I only wish I could have been here sooner to help him, to save him. But alas, it's too late for that. So you're not mad? You did what you had to, I respect that. As a matter of fact, I'm sure you have questions for me, and a show of good faith I'll allow you to ask them. Okay. How can you speak English? She's a vampire, that's how. What happened to you? We know some things, but I want to hear it from you. Of course. It all began when I was summoned to King Khaleesi's court in Medea. He sentenced me to exile after rejecting his advances. But within the caves where I was exiled, I found the Tree of Eternal Life. Drinking from its sap, it gave me power unmatched. I came back. I dethroned the king, took his place. I ruled as the first vampire, a vampire queen, and Gaius and his xenocrats were by my side. Pauses, taking a deep breath. I regret to say that I descended into a period of bloodlust, violence that could not be sated. Xenocrats turned against me, staked me to the Tree of Eternal Life, where I was imprisoned until now. Oh, we get to ask all of them. How powerful are you? I can walk during the day, under the glaring sun. I've been told I am the only one who harbors this particular power. Beyond that, I can heal, as I've shown you. I also have tremendous strength and speed. It's true, she's the fastest and strongest vampire I've ever seen. And the most beautiful. Rhea rolls her eyes ever so slightly. I also have a few more powers up my sleeve. But I'd like to save those for a surprise. In private, perhaps. Okay, how can you speak English? You speak English flawlessly for someone who lived in ancient times. It was easy, really. Once I found other vampires, I was able to incorporate their knowledge into mine. We share a bloodline, one immortal soul divided among many. As I draw near you, I learn what you've learned. I know what you know. So you're psychic, like Seraphim. Can you believe it? Me sharing a power with the first. Have I appeased your curiosity? Not really. I have a million other questions, but sure, why not? So, what do we know now? I've been in contact with the Secretary of Defense, Moira Pembroke. We're meeting with her at dawn. She's bringing the military with her, as well as the governor. Ray smiles, moving, almost floating, to the door. Perfect. Let us be off. As the horizon begins to blush with the dawn, the five of you, as well as Seraphim and Dracula, follow Rhea out into the city. You stare as Rhea's back as you walk, watching her sadly take in the damage of the city. Oh, guys, what have you done? Adrian and Camila watch Rhea as well, their faces unreadable. Jack swings his head from side to side, looking for the danger. Lily settles up next to you. This is really weird, right? Like, kinda awesome, but also weird? Definitely. I have no idea what to make of it. Her power, it's like, I don't even know how to describe it. It's intoxicating, like, she's made of light. Like, I just want to be near her, to let her hold me, to soak her up. Seraphim and Dracula follow closest behind Rhea, their eyes shining with devotion. Even you begin to feel the pull of it, the way Rhea's power draws you in. It speaks of safety, happiness, peace. Also, she's super hot. Like, can we agree on that, right? She's just incredibly hot. I think that's the blinding light she's giving off. Lily, you never cease to not surprise me. Although the Unchained have been destroyed, you still see chaos everywhere. Fires roar out of control, the vampires dart through the shadows. As you pass a broken shop window, you spy a couple of vampires inside, looting the place. As Rhea stares at them, the vampires drop their stolen goods and stare back, mouths open. Who? Vampires crawl out of the window and stumble up towards Rhea, who continues on her way. The two vampires follow behind. The same thing happens no matter where you go. As she passes, vampires stop whatever they're doing to follow. And soon you have a mob at your back. Dozens and dozens of vampires march after you, drawn to Rhea and her power. They come out of the buildings, out of the alleys, out of the shadows, more and more and more, drawn in like moths to the flame. I guess all the vampires in the city are beginning to feel her presence. Impossible not to. You can say that again, sir. Mikhail, what the hell are you doing here? Mikhail gestures to the rest of the clan Matsuo, their eyes fixed on Rhea as they walk down the streets of New York. We failed her and came to investigate. Is she... His voice dies out as he stares at Rhea's back, swallowing. This is so spooky. It's almost like a zombie movie or something. I guess that's one way of looking at it, but you can't deny that now that we have good numbers. Rhea leads you all back to the spot where you're all meeting Pembroke. A small battalion of soldiers waits for you, all armed with guns. Standing before the walls of the soldiers are Moira Pembroke and the mayor of New York, Kevin D'Angelo. Adrian, what is this? What's going on here? Adrian takes a half step forward and then hesitates. He glances at Rhea, who nods at him to continue. Moira, Mayor D'Angelo, these are all vampires left in New York. They all belong to clans and won't cause trouble. Pembroke's uneasy eyes the mob of vampires as the mayor shifts beside her, looking pale. That's all well and good, but is the city safe? Rhea puts a hand on Adrian's shoulder and steps back. He steps back. She takes his place with a winsome grin. The city is now safer than ever, and I'm sure with our combined efforts we can rebuild it better than it ever was. I'm sorry, but who are you? How rude of me. My name is Rhea Apostolus, and I speak on behalf of the vampires. What Gaius Augustin has done here is nothing short of hideous. I can assure you, I do not share in his beliefs. But now, with all of us working as a united front, She gestures to the vampires behind her, their backs straightening under her attention. There will be no more threat to the city. I will be its protector. Soldiers murmur as Mayor D'Angelo relaxes with a smile. Oh, that's quite admirable of you, Miss Apostolus. Yes, quite generous indeed. Pembroke and the mayor gaze at Rhea with fascination and undisguised esteem. Thank you for your services, Mr. Apostolus. We will be in contact shortly regarding our next steps. Of course. You watch as the soldiers disperse under Pembroke's orders. The vampires begin to sneak off as well, melting back into the shadows. That was surprisingly easy. Looks like Rhea was our trump card. I was half convinced they would just open fire. At least now they know we mean no harm. Rhea turns back to you, beaming. Well, my darlings, I think that went rather well. Indeed. Thank you for helping us, Rhea. He puts a hand against Adrian's cheek and he smiles warmly. Of course, I'll always help my children, but now the sun is about to rise, so we must depart. As everyone splits apart, Rhea holds you back. Amy, I hope you'll forgive my bluntness, but I can't help but feel there is something different about you. Good different or bad? I'm not entirely sure. It's unusual. You are not like the others, something special in your blood. Graf turns, looking at you out of the corner of her eye. Amy, will you walk with me? I feel that there is a lot we can learn about each other. I have much to share with you. This scene will let you learn more about Rhea and learn her trust, as well as see some of her amazing powers. I mean, the Queen of the Vampires is telling me to come with her. How can I not? Seriously. Yeah, of course. So long as I'm home by the time the sun comes up. Excellent. Follow me. You and Rhea stroll down the decimated streets of New York, yet somehow they're not as frightening as they used to be. With Rhea's presence beside you, you feel as if you could single-handedly take on the Unchained again, like you could take on the world. This world, it has changed so much. How much of it have you seen since you woke up? Not much, admittedly. Some of Greece, parts of Eastern Europe, where the Order was hiding. How were you able to take out the rest of the Order? Oh, that was nothing. They were foolish and scared, as all humans are. Then Seraphine and Dracula took me onto a metal contraption that shot through the sky. An airplane? Yes, that's what they called it. See, the world has changed so much that technology today boggles the mind. You and Rhea walk past a fountain, its water dried up. You clear your throat, oddly nervous. May I ask you a question? My darling, that's why we're here, is it not? You're a psychic like Seraphine, like Jameson. You take a deep breath. Like me. Yes, this Amy is why I wanted to speak with you. Get closer, her presence warm and inviting. I can sense a great power within you, Amy. Potential that is not yet fully realized. Do you really think I'm that powerful? I mean, you have tremendous power, not me. You have it as well, Amy. I can sense it. Touches your temple lightly and you shiver. Really? Really? I can help you reach that potential, Amy. Together we can unlock the full extent of the power that slumbers within you. You think about her words tempting, you lick your lips. Yeah, maybe. She smiles and the two of you continue walking. I think she's seeking an equal. I understand your hesitance. When I first began my rule, I was terrified of outside counsel. My only confidants were Gaius and Xenocrats, and... She stops herself, her expression solemn. I do not blame Xenocrats for what he did. It was me who made them question my role, my power. Perhaps I deserved it. We all mess up. That doesn't mean you deserve to be betrayed. Thank you for saying so, Amy, but the damage was done. In my prison, I was shut off from the world, unable to help my children. A tear begins to fall down her cheek. Felt it as soon as I awoke. This world, it is in pain. It is crying out, begging, infecting the suffering and cruelty. If I had just been here, If I could have stopped it, stopped the Order from rising, stopped Gaius from his plot. Put a hand on her shoulder. Carefully put a hand on her shoulder. It feels warm and vibrant, a pleasant sensation traveling through you at the touch. I'm sorry, Rhea. I can't imagine what this must be like for you. To wake up and have everything you know be changed, it would be a lot for anyone. She gracefully wipes a tear from her face and gives you a faint smile. Thank you, Amy. It was quite difficult at first, but I grow more used to it every day. She turns and briefly holds your hands within her own. I'm so grateful for you all. I will do my absolute best to make it up to you. Oh, you don't have to do that, Rhea. But I must. I spent so much time in Medea yearning for a world without violence. A world where vampire and human could coexist. Gaius had the same vision, but went about it all wrong. Cinegrad's goal was the exact opposite. But I promise I will find a way for us to live in peace, to try and heal the world of its wounds. Rhea. She smiles and squeezes your hands gently before she lets go. You clear your throat, shifting on your feet. Hey, so you mentioned other unique powers? Rhea gives you a mischievous grin. I thought you'd never ask. With that, she puts an arm around your waist and begins to rise. What's that? She can float without being a bat? I know! And together, you both rise high into the sky over New York. Oh my god. She laughs beside you, her arm tightening around you. The wind whips through your hair and clothes as you gaze wide-eyed at your surroundings. You feel as if you're part of the sky itself, navy ink with a splash of purple as the dawn approaches. It feels as old as the very first sunrise. Well, what do you think? You gape at the ground far, far below you, the jigsaw of the city laid out below you. It almost looks like a toy construction. This is awesome. This is amazing. The two of you linger up in the sky, your stomach in a free fall like you're on a roller coaster. A few stars linger in the sky and you can feel as if you could reach up and pluck them from the cosmos. Ooh. He laughs again. I'm glad you enjoy it. Mondo 3, and she showed you her power of flight. The two of you drift back down to Earth, your stomach swoops at the sensation as your heart races. Your legs buckle once you land on the solid ground. Wow. Turn to Rhea, who gazes at you fondly. I would love to get to know each other better, Amy. That is, if you want the same. Yeah, I do. He smiles warmly and glances at the brightening horizon. You should head home before the sun rises. Until tomorrow, Amy. You watch her walk away, your heart still pounding in your chest. The next day, you meet up with the others at Rain's HQ. So, this is interesting, right? This is a thing now. I can still hardly believe it. I didn't think the Tree of Eternal Life could be destroyed. It ended up being a lot of help, though. Without Ray, I doubt the meaning would have gone as well. Adrian looks back into the room, pocketing his phone. Just confirmed with Moira, the city has been declared safe again. They'll begin resettling the population by the end of the week. You and Lily cheer, while Camila sighs in relief and Jax grins. What about the news? How are they going to spin this? It seems that for the time being, the public at large is buying the whole viral infection cover story. We doctored some lab tests to show that the infection caused people to lose their minds a bit. Understatement much. They're going to send in their cleaning crews today. Mayor D'Angelo is leading the efforts alongside Rhea. What, really? How did she swing that? She's passing herself as a European socialite whose generous donations will fund the cleanup effort. Wow, I didn't know she was that loaded. Well, she is a goddess. If the stories guys told me are anything to go by, nothing is impossible for her. I don't know, I mean, don't get me wrong. I like that she's shaking things up a little, but it seems awfully fast to get in the mayor's good graces. You saw what happened yesterday. Her power is uncontested. She inspires worship wherever she goes. Oh man, does she. I would worship her in a heartbeat. And by worship, I mean... We know what you mean, Lil. I agree here their presence has been extremely helpful, but we should still be on our guard, just in case. You don't trust her. Right now, I don't trust anyone who isn't in this room. What do you think of her, Amy? I think we should be cautious. I don't know her. I like her, but I can't help but be a little wary. That's how I feel too, but as long as she keeps helping us, there's no reason to... We should just keep an eye on her, I guess. Adrian sighs and crosses his arms. Well, while Ray is busy with the mayor, there are some loose ends we should tie up. Like what? Some of the city's vampires fled upstate. We haven't been able to update them on the latest news. And even though the city is declared safe, we still have some pockets of pharaohs to take out of, thanks to Gaius. Reyes asked us all to meet at the temple tomorrow night, so that gives us tonight to get something done. Can I come with you upstate? Sure, why not? We'll make an adventure out of it. Jax and I will handle the pharaohs. I got a report of some roaming in the wooden-off sections of the city. Perfect. What about you, Amy? Want to come upstate with me and Lily? Or bashing some pharaoh skulls with me and Jax. This is a chance to go on an exciting adventure and share a special moment with whoever you're with. Okay. Go on both adventures. Why not? I'll go with Adrian and Lily first. We should be back in plenty of time to deal with the pharaohs before sunrise, right, Adrian? Yes, this shouldn't take very long at all. Road trip! You, Adrian, and Lily drive north of the city. Adrian steers his car along a dark, empty highway. You know, I don't think I realized how cooped up I felt until now. Yeah, it's nice not to be breathing in smoke for once. Hopefully the city can be restored quickly. It'll take a lot of effort, but with Rhea helping us, we have a good lead. Okay, no more talking shop. This is a road trip, so we need to do road trip things. What exactly does one do on a road trip? Let's see, we can play license plate game because there aren't any cars. I know, let's do I Spy. How do you play? Watch and learn. Amy, I Spy with my little eye. Pauses, looking around the car with shifty eyes. Something that begins with F. Is it Fang? It's Fang, isn't it? Dang, how did you guess? I'm just that good. Also, I know how lazy you are at this game. Rude! The three of you continue to play until Adrian turns off the dirt road, the headlights illuminating the Hudson River nearby. This is it. Taking the quaint cabin, sitting hidden in the woods. Vampires who fled the city are hiding out here? A certain few, yes. As you approach the cabin, you begin to hear the sound of raised voices inside, and they don't sound angry. Hold up, are these? The door flies open, and the elderly woman shuffles outside. Who the hell do you think you... Oh, Adrian, it's you. Had me worried for a moment. Sorry to startle you, Miss, Gutierrez. I wanted to come up and see how you all were doing. The elderly vampire looks over you and Lily suspiciously. They're friends. I trust them with my life. Alright, come in. They could all use the distraction. You and Lily exchange a confused look as Adrian follows Miss Gutierrez inside. Walk into the cabin, though, and you realized what's going on. Oh, they're all children? Children turn to look at you in curiosity. There's about 8 of them, all looking younger than 12. All vampire children. The poor dears were caught up in the chaos. A few got separated from their parents. You watch the children play on the floor of the cabin, although some merely sit and watch you. Miss Gutierrez. How old are they, really? Well, it ranges, obviously. Some of them older than their years, but others are still untrained, and a couple returned during the chaos. Oh my god, that's awful. Those poor kids. I'm just glad we were able to find a safe place for them. One of the smaller children runs up to Adrian and tugs on his pant leg. Hi, sir. Did you bring any more of those candies? Adrian smiles and digs a hand into his pocket, kneeling. Sure did, but make sure to share with the others, alright? I will, thank you. Miss Gutierrez smiles as she watches the children distribute the candy. But there's a sadness in her eyes. All I want is their safety, but some of them have been through already. That's why we came, Miss Gutierrez. Gaius has been defeated and New York is officially declared safe again. Oh, how wonderful. Do you hear that, children? We'll be going home soon. Most of the children cheer, but although a couple still seem too haunted to respond. Yeah, this is cause for celebration. Lily takes out her phone and blasts peppy music from the speakers. Celebratory dance party. I swear to God, if you dance any Fortnite ones, I will beat the crap out of you. The children jump up and down in excitement as Lily riles them up. You're about to join them when Miss Gutierrez grabs your wrist. You feel different. Something in you, a darkness. If you harm any of these children... I won't. Lets you go, clearing a throat. Alright then, dance away. A darkness, okay. You and Lily try to get the sullen children to join the impromptu dance party as Adrian talks to Miss Gutierrez in the corner. We're gonna go home. We're going home. I get to eat hot dogs again. You laugh and look out the cabin window, spotting a beautiful garden in the back. The place is so nice and secluded. I wonder if I can steal a moment with someone. Adrian, or let me guess, Lily. I wanted to steal a moment with Grandma and ask why she senses darkness from it. Catch Adrian's eye and follows you out into the garden. Take a moment to enjoy the fresh air, inhaling deeply and letting it out as a happy sigh. This place is lovely. And far from civilization, exactly why I wanted the kids to come in. You did a really good thing, Adrian. Not everyone would have thought to get the children out first. I wish I could have done more, not just for them, but for everyone. So many perished. It reminded me too strongly of him. Oh, your son, you mean? He nods and glances back at the cabin. You hear a couple of the children laughing. I had to do whatever I could to keep them safe. I understand. There's been so much suffering. It's unfair for the children to be caught up in it. They deserve a safer world. It makes me wonder if Rhea can provide them with that safer world. A place where they won't know any more violence. Takes a deep breath and then smiles slightly. You're right. This place really is lovely. I won't spoil it with all that sort of talk. We're going to rebuild, and New York will be stronger than ever. Amen. We look at each other, smiling and enjoying the beautiful scenery. You put a hand against the side of Adrian's face and bring him down to you, kissing him on the mouth. Adrian's hands come to your waist, and the fresh smell of flowers with the heat of the body makes you giddy. Adrian. You kiss his jaw, then his neck. His small moan vibrates against your lips, until he brings you back up, deepening the kiss. You stay wrapped up in one another for several moments, simply enjoying one another, until you hear a voice from inside. Ew, look, they're kissing! You break away from Adrian, laughing, hand in hand. You head back into the cabin. Thank you all for coming to tell us the news, Adrian. Of course. I'll send some cars for you and the children by the end of the week. Wonderful. Say goodbye to Mr. Raines and his friends, children. The children call out their goodbyes as you and the others wave and head back to the car to return to the city. Listen, I sense something deep in you. It's dark. Then you return to Adrian's office. Camille and Jax are waiting for you. Ah, you're back in one piece. So you'll want to tag along? Absolutely. Good. I need to work some energy out of my system. Only you would treat heading into a den of ferals like a workout. Let's go, Amy. The two of them lead you to the meet, the very place where you defeated Gaius not too long ago. Why did we come back here? The pharaohs have holed up in the museum. We need to eradicate them before Pembroke's people storm in and get themselves killed. Or turned. Jackson sees his sword and a grim smile. They're the mice, and we're the cats. Let's do this. The three of you silently sneak inside. The mat is dark and silent. You can see the signs of struggle. Some of the art is overturned and broken. The claw marks mar the walls. Where should we start looking? Camilla closes her eyes to concentrate. You do the same. Somewhere to the right, you can feel the presence of a few ferals, hear their distant growling, and smell their putrid scent. There are some in the Egyptian wing. We should split up and close in on them. Right, I'll sneak around to the upper entrance and you can come from the side. Amy, what about you? I'll go with Camila. Right, keep close. Oh, in a way she is your teacher. Jax splits off from the two of you as you leave the Great Hall and wander through the exhibits. The closer you get to the Egyptian Hall, the more you can feel the pharaohs. I wonder which artifacts they've already defiled. Have you seen the Egyptian Hall before? Don't need to. I didn't donate most of the collection. Why am I not surprised? You take position by the entrance of the hall, peering inside. There are 4 of them, skulking around the hall. One gnaws on a human leg in the corner. Ugh. You ease your way inside. Camila draws her knives and signals for you to spread out. Jax and Camila's gaze meet, and they nod. They look to you and nod to the feral in the corner. Eat still. Jax lunges forward and swings a sword, bearing it in the feral's neck. Camila rushes by him and kicks the other feral in the chest, making it slam to the wall behind it. You rush forward, the crouching feral in the corner, which looks up from its half-eaten leg. Back with his sword. You remember Jax's training and swing the sword in a graceful arc. The sword bites hard into the feral's neck and severs it. The head goes flying. I'm gonna marry the sword. You turn and find Jax and Camila holding their own against the other ferals. Camila disembowels the feral she kicked in the wall before, turning and seeing your victory. Well done, Amy. There's one more. The last feral's bigger than the other 3. It races towards you, even though it looks the same. Amy, give me your arm. Jax, go low. Got it. Jax runs for the feral and dies, grabbing it around the legs. Camila takes your arm as you run towards her. Go. Camila flings you through the air. You descend to the feral. You are ready for your fist. Come here, ugly. You smash your fist through the feral's throat. The last feral goes down with a bloody gurgle. Jax gets up with a laugh and pats your back. Hell yeah. Excellent work. She looks around at the shattered glass, some of the artifacts broken on the floor and size. And now that this hall's been cleared out, let's check the rest. You, Camila, and Jax make your way through the rest of the Met. You encounter a few more ferals, but it's nothing you can't handle. By the time you reach the roof, it's nearly dawn. The 3 of you take a moment to appreciate the view. Phew, feral hunting takes a lot out of you, huh? At least the Met is safe now. That's one area down. Only a few more in New York will officially be feral-free. You take a deep breath and smile, proud of the work you did tonight. Camila walks to one side of the roof to stare out over the city, while Jax crosses his arms and studies the rooftop garden. Camila, duh, teacher. Go up to Camila's side and smile. I'm sorry the ferals messed up some of the artifacts you donated. That's alright. I've kept the more sentimental ones at home. Still, it's hard to see the destruction that's been caused. You put a hand on her arm and she finally returns your smile. You were great tonight, Amy. I'm glad you came with us. I'm glad you invited me. It's strange. For so long I've been able to detect darkness on the horizon, knowing when the shadows would close in. But for the first time in a long time, I don't sense it. For the first time, I can actually see a ray of hope. I hope that means things can finally change for the better. I hope so too. The 2 of you gaze at one another, the city of New York spread before you. You dig your fingers into Camila's hair and lean closer, and your lips touch. A spark goes through you. Camila softens and pulls you closer. You open your mouth to her, and the heat of that startling contrast to the cool breeze that rushes by. You remain like that for several long moments, adrenaline spiking your desire. When you finally pull away, Camila caresses your cheek. Thank you for coming with us tonight, Amy. Of course, Camila. Anything for you. She's a player! I mean, what? You enjoy the view at the top of the Met until dawn approaches, until the 3 of you head home to rest before Rhea's meeting. The next night, you all meet up with Rhea at the ruined vampire temple. You look around feeling uneasy. This is where Gaius ambushed us when everything changed. Rhea stands waiting for you, her hands clasped calmly before her. Seraphim and Dracula stand on either side. Thank you all for coming. Of course, how's the restoration effort going? Slow, but the mayor promises a complete recovery. Of course, a promise means nothing from a man in power, so I'll be there to make sure he makes good on it. I knew I liked your style. Rhea looks around the temple, curious. This place is old. Tell me, who built it? Adrian and Camilla glance at one another. It was Gaius. I see. She walks to a broken column and puts her hand on it. I know of Gaius, of what he's done, but I don't know why or how. What happened exactly? Adrian recounts the story, ending with how you staked Gaius. Rhea's gaze turns to you. Gaius always had a touch of madness in him, an unwillingness to temper his wrath. I loved him all the same. Still, I'm sorry you had to be caught up in it, Amy. Honestly... I'm sorry for your loss. He betrayed us and hurt us, but I know he was someone special to you, and I'm sorry. He smiles gently at you. Thank you, Amy. I regret that you had to see such an ugly side of him. I understand why you had to stop him. Seeing for myself what he's done, I would have done the same. Gaius always envisioned a world where vampires can live peacefully and free, but he went about it all wrong. Vampires shouldn't reign above the humans, or humans above the vampires. We deserve a world where we can coexist peacefully. We deserve a future without bloodshed, without hate. That's all well and good, but how do you propose to go about that? It won't be easy, but our work with Pembroke and the mayor is our first step. As Rhea talks, you feel a pull in the back of your head. Turning, you find a tapestry fragment trapped under some debris. I didn't expect to find one here. Bringing a glance at the others, you sidle over to it. You could feel a great sadness emanating from emotions so intense that your eyes begin to water. You see a brief vision of Adrian, Camilla, Lily, and Jax. I guess it's when you died? I called it. I can't believe it. I can't believe she's just gone. If I had just been a little faster. If I had just been the one that... This is when they were mourning me, when I was dead. Your hand hovers over the piece of tapestry. Take it. Would give in to the darkness. You take a deep breath. The others are gathered in Adrian's office, the air is heavy with grief. Adrian leans over his desk, staring at nothing. Jax paces furiously while Lily sits against the wall. Camilla stands in the corner with her arms crossed. I can't believe it. I can't believe she's just gone. She starts to cry, quiet tears that begin body-racking sobs. Adrian crouches beside her, a hand on her shoulder. I'm so sorry, Lily. If I had just been a little faster, if I had just been the one that... Stops himself and rubs a hand over his face, taking a shuddering sigh. You can't blame yourself, Adrian. Amy saw an opening and she took it. If she hadn't staked Gaius, we'd all be dead. No, she is. He clenches and unclenches his fist as he paces. The goddamn son of a... took everything from us! An enraged roar, Jax turns and punches a hole through the wall. Jax, stop it. No amount of punching is going to bring her back. Shut up! Everyone just shut up! He collapses into a chair and holds his head in his hands as his shoulders shake. Camilla clenches her jaw and stares at the floor. What Amy did was heroic. She saved us all. She takes a deep breath that shakes. She deserved more than to be buried in the cold, hard ground. Lily sobs again, covering her mouth with a hand. I could have done so much more. It's no one's fault, Adrian. By that logic, you should all be blaming me. I failed to ambush him. If I had just been quieter. Can we all just stop blaming ourselves for 1 second? Amy's dead. The words ring across the room, painful and final. Lily closes her eyes as fresh tears roll down her face. My best friend is dead. Adrian rakes a hand through his hair, swallowing hard. He then takes a bottle of wine from his liquor cabinet and pours everyone a drink. You're right. Lily, we should be remembering her, not blaming ourselves. Once everyone has a glass, Adrian takes a deep breath. Amy was unlike anyone I've ever met. Her courage, her tenacity. I'll never forget her. She was terrible at Mario Kart, but she was amazing at listening to people's problems. She helped me with whatever I needed. Sometimes we would just hang out after work and eat greasy Chinese takeout. It was the best thing in the world. I'm gonna miss that so much. Max holds his wine glass in both hands, glaring at it. He clears his throat. Amy was special. She fought with everything she had. She never gave up, and she always believed in me. She was incredible. The others look to Camilla, who gazes dismally into her wine. I don't like most humans, but she was different. She tried so hard to get to know me and understand me. She pauses as her voice catches her eyes overly bright. I'm going to miss her for as long as I draw breath. Everyone reflects another moment till Adrian steps forward. I'm sorry, I couldn't bring her back. I tried. Tear falls from his eye. I don't know what to do now. I don't know how to live in a world without her. The others coming close, touching Adrian's shoulders in comfort. I loved her. I love her. And I always will. Adrian lifts his glass, and the others do the same. To Amy. The best of us. The others repeat the toast and drink. You come back to yourself, with tears drying on your cheeks. Oh. Sniffing, you wipe your tears away and return to the others. Rhea continues to walk around the table, inspecting the fractured walls and crumbled columns. It's a shame to keep it this way. I'll rebuild it just as I'll rebuild New York. Thank you, Rhea. We really appreciate all your help with this. We'll have to put together a new council, of course. All decisions should be run by the council before being brought upon with Mayor D'Angelo. Council? There'll be no need for that. But we've always had a council. Didn't we literally talk about this last chapter? It's how we manage the clans in New York. In the past, perhaps, but I'm here now. We will have no council. We have no need for one. As of now, I'm in charge. You just elect yourself, do you? Well, without further ado, thank you all for watching. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Head down in the description below, links to social media, Discord, and a few links to support me and my content. Be greatly appreciated. Also, please make sure to, consider hitting that bell icon to receive notifications, as well as the join button. You can become a part of our community and being one of the Locums Locos. And without further ado, once again, thank you all for watching. You mean a lot to me. Thank you again for your continued patronage to this channel, as well as your viewage, and I will catch you all in the next video. Peace, peace, peace. Much love.